Hey guys, what's going on? It's Darwin here, and welcome to a brand new rambling video. Last ramble video was about 3 months ago, and I've had a bit of a change in plans as to what I plan on doing in the immediate future, so I figured I would make a video about it. So what ended up happening after last video was I went back to lavas and pretty much did a ton of lavas, and to be honest, loved lavas. Lavas are great, probably my favorite method in the old school, I would say, and I did those for quite a while, and I recently decided to quit lavas, that is, not RuneScape, but I decided to quit lavas. And there's quite a few reasons why I kind of decided that I was going to want to make this decision. Probably the number one reason being ZMI runners is becoming it's becoming a thing. I always knew it was a possibility. I've always been aware that lavas is essentially under EHP, even though it's 1-to-1 right now. I kind of accepted the fact that, yeah, this is probably under EHP down the road, because there's probably gonna be a new method coming out at some point, or you know, runners are going to be a thing. And even if runners don't become a thing, it's still efficient to like run essence on your ult and all these weird methods. And to be honest, what I want to do for RC long term, I honestly don't even know. I really don't know. You know, RC is a very long skill, and I did manage to get a good chunk of it done, and I think that's great. You know, I'm 83 mil RCs when I stopped at. You know, obviously you have quite a bit to go still, so I still have a lot to go. And my logic at first kind of with lavas was, I've done so much lavas so far, so why should I stop doing lavas now just because, you know, there could be a better method coming out or better meta? Why not just keep doing what I've been doing because I've already made it this far, right? But it was kind of the wrong mindset in that, you know, me switching over to ZMI, let's say, down the road, for the remaining 120 million experience, that's still going to save me tons of time if I do choose to take that route instead of just continuing with lavas. So I might go back to lavas down the road. I don't really know. Basically, the reason I stopped lavas is because I wanted to kind of give myself some time to think about really what I want to do with rune crafting. You know, just kind of sit back, give myself some time to think as to, you know, what kind of options do I have down the road. Because the reality is, I don't have as much free time as a lot of the other people on top page. And in order to compete for ranks, you need to, you know, have lots of free time. You don't have to, but it's definitely a huge advantage. And I also, as of lately, I've kind of come to terms with the fact that I am no longer really trying to focus so much of my life on RS, I guess you could say. Like, I'm not trying to play as much as I used to necessarily. And in terms of EHP, it is now impossible for me to gain as much EHP as I used to, because of NMZ. I've run out of NMZ over the past, I don't even know how long ago. Past few months I've been out of NMZ EHP. But it's still efficient for me to do because I don't plan on spec transferring. I could end up doing it, we'll see, but I doubt it. So for me, I'm going to stop attack at 165 mil, currently at 150. So I still have another 15 mil attack to go. That's quite a bit. And then on top of that, I believe I can get like like 48 mil defense or something like that. So I have like, it might be 42, I forget. It's either 42 or 48. So I have another like 12 or 18 mil defense I can do in Nightmare Zone. And then after that, I plan on zero timing all of ranged in Nightmare Zone. Not sure the method yet. It'll probably be something along the lines of blow piping, addy darts, and NMZ. I have a lot of testing to do when it comes to seeing which method is the best, most affordable, most efficient, and just most practical. But when I do have a ranged method for Nightmare Zone, I will definitely be making a video on that, you know, to share with you guys. As for my Redwood video that I was planning to release, I was going to release it soon, but I figured there's really no point since mobile, the beta is out for I don't know if it's out for everybody, but at least I finally got my invitation a few days ago, so I was able to finally start participating in that, which was exciting. And my experience with the beta so far is pretty good. I mean, they definitely got some work to do, no doubt. One of the things I found an issue with is you can't minimize the app without it DCing. At least that was yesterday. Yesterday it was DCing if I minimized. Today, I did a little bit of fishing on my phone today, and it didn't DC when I minimized the app, so that was cool. So, I mean, they got some work to do, but it's a beta. That's exactly what it's for. It's for a work in progress, and I would say it's pretty damn good so far. I'm really happy with it. Really excited for when that is officially out. What am I doing here? But yeah, so I figured, you know, a lot of people are going to be using that, so, you know, Chrome Remote Desktop Redwood Guide is probably not going to be as significant. So, I mean, if you guys want it, just let me know, but I figured that it's not really important. Nobody's really going to care. So, that's that. In other news here, been doing some fishing, as you guys can see. I did about a little over 50 mil fishing. I don't know, like it was like I started probably 6 months ago maybe, and then I did 50 mil fishing straight, and then I took a break, did some lavas, and now I'm kind of back to fishing. And here's my plan, guys. So right now I'm really enjoying fishing. Fishing is a great skill. It's definitely a skill I can see myself always falling back on. If I don't really know what to do in game, just go fish. You know, it's very simple. It doesn't require any supplies. You know, you just come here to the pond, you tick away. And I also have been playing my alt again recently, which I haven't done in a very long time. I just haven't bothered with Altscape, mainly because I just don't need the money. So I've been doing it lately for fun, and also if I want to do ZMI runners down the road, I will need money for that. So money's never a bad thing to have. So I've been messing around on the alt a little bit, been doing rune dragons with fishing, which I did a stream a few days ago, and I was streaming some 3-tick fishing and rune dragons. It's definitely viable, by the way. If you are interested in fishing, you can play a rune drag alt during it. It's completely unnecessary. You don't have to do it, but it is definitely doable if you desire to. But yes, I'm going to continue fishing until, not straight. I've been doing some skill hopping lately, and I plan to continue skill hopping. But I will be doing a bit of fishing up until, I'm not entirely sure when, but what I'm thinking is early July, maybe somewhere between July and August. I'm actually going to stop fishing, and I actually think I'm going to do some Slayer. And Slayer is a skill I've never trained post 99. It's one of the very few skills, actually. I think it's the only skill, like ranged, I've never trained, but that's like kind of part of Slayer. But yeah, Slayer is the only skill I haven't trained post 99 out of all my skills. Mining, there's very little mining post 99, but there's some at least. But yeah, yeah, I've never trained any Slayer post 99. And I think it's finally going to be something I'm going to start doing. I'm not going to do it straight, at least I don't plan on it. Just going to do it for as long as I really feel like it, and then go from there. Some other stuff, also, by the way, the reasons I am going to be waiting until possibly July or August, I'm not sure exactly when, is because Raids 2 is coming out. Raids 2 is going to be coming out, I believe, beginning of June, if I'm not mistaken, which is within a week. So within a week, Raids 2 is coming out. And I have a bit of money held up in that because I have some investments. So, and with Slayer, you need lots of capital for Slayer. So right now, I don't have the capital to even start Slayer if I wanted to. So I have to wait till Raids 2 so I can sell my investments and then have capital. And then on top of that, there's going to be some new gear coming out. And I'm going to want to probably buy that gear. I'm not going to buy it right off the bat, but I will be buying it, you know, whenever I start Slayer, hopefully at a reasonable price. That's the goal. So going to be buying all the best in slot gear. You know, pretty much slaying with only Slayer experience in mind. I don't care about melee experience, magic experience, any of that. I'm just going to be slaying for pure Slayer experience. And Slayer's going to be a very profitable skill, it seems like. Things obviously could change with the new gear and stuff. But I believe right now Slayer is roughly 1 GP XP, which is very cheap. And then you're able to do a Rune Dragonaut with almost every single task. You're able to do a Rune Dragonaut, I've heard, with every task except for like Dust Devils. Or sorry, not Dust Devils you could do it with. Some people do, some people don't. But it seems like Smoke Devils is the one task nobody does Rune Drags during. But that's a very small portion of your total, time slaying. So from what kind of numbers I've gathered, I should be able to make about, between 2 and 2.4 bill with Slayer on my way to 200 mil. So that's huge. That'll make me lots of money, give me plenty of money to do like construction with, stuff like that. But like I said, I don't plan on doing Slayer straight, but just over, the entirety of Slayer. Also in August, I'm going to be leaving my job. I've been working at this place for over 2 years now, about 2 years and 2 months as of like today. And yeah, I'll be leaving because I will be starting. I got my associates about a week ago, I believe. So yeah, I will be transferring to a 4-year school at the end of August. So I decided it'd be a good time to leave my job since I'll be relocating. I'll be leaving that at the beginning of August, and I should be giving myself, I believe, about 2 weeks of having nothing to do. So I'll have 2 weeks of free time, and then I'm imagining I'll be moving into my dorm a week in advance for classes start. So then I'll have another week of kind of like orientation stuff, of getting used to the campus and all that, and then I'll have my classes begin. So I should have about 3 weeks before classes start of just, having nothing, no obligations at all. So that'd be pretty cool. So I could start Slayer beginning of August, right when I have unlimited free time, because Slayer definitely seems like a skill that is very easy to note life because it's so much variety going on. I think it's definitely a skill I could see myself going for some big weeks with. So we'll see with that. But in the meantime, before Slayer, I will be continuing fishing. I'm just going to be doing this whenever I feel like it. And some other goals I have on the side as well is going to be 200 mil prayer. I'm pretty close. I'm 169 mil right now. It's very, very fast. I have a method where, like, doing the chaos temple with superior bones, depending on the method you use exactly, is going to be between about 1.2 and 1.7 mil an hour. And GPXP, you're going to be looking at about 12 to 13 GPXP, somewhere in that range. So it's not that expensive. It's definitely an affordable method for sure, and it's extremely fast. And I definitely do prefer this method compared to just Dragon Bones and a POH, which I hated that method. I still don't really like. I hate prayer in general. I don't like the skill. But this method's definitely way better than what it was before, in my opinion. So I'll be finishing that up probably in like a week or two. Like, I'm pretty much just doing prayer in like the morning and early afternoons. I've tried doing it at later times, but it's just horrible. It's just so many PKs. It's not really worth doing. So I try to do it like a little bit every day. It also makes it bearable on my hands as well. But yeah, that's been going pretty well. Excited to finally knock off another 200 mil. Haven't gotten a 200 mil in it's been like well over a year. Last one I got was, it might be like a year and a half ago. I want to say it was I know it was crafting. I don't know when exactly I got it, but it was a long time ago, guys. Is my last 200 mil. So it will be a little bit exciting to finally get one again. One skill I did finish was smithing. I got 185 mil smithing. I finished that up, but I have kind of come to the conclusion that I'm not going to end up doing 4G. I mean, I just don't see myself doing it. I highly, highly doubt it will ever happen. 200 mil mining, yeah, I could possibly see myself getting that, but if I do get 200 mil mining, it will not be with 4G. So I am going to be finishing up the remaining 15 mil of smithing. I recently banked all the gold ore for that. And yes, I will be finishing that up probably before Slayer. That's like the plan. The plan is to finish smithing, finish prayer, and then finish smithing, finish prayer, and then also do some fishing on the side before Slayer. And then when Slayer hits, I don't know if I'll skill hop Slayer or not. I might just kind of do Slayer straight. Not all the way to 200 mil, but just like do Slayer whenever I'm online type of thing. Could be doing that. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan there. Have some other stuff I've been doing. Since I've been running out of zone, I've been trying to do as little zone as possible. Currently, you know, I pretty much do it at work, and nowadays I don't even do it always at work. I try to pepper in as much redwoods at work as I can, because I am able to do it sometimes at work. So I've been trying to cut back on the Nightmare Zone as much as possible, which I probably started cutting back on Nightmare Zone like 6 months ago or something. I tried to think ahead. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of redwoods, tons of redwoods actually, just on my phone. You know, I do this while you know making food. I've been starting to going for jogs lately. I've been jogging like 3 times a week typically. So while I'm jogging, I'm doing redwoods. At work lately, I've been doing redwoods. While I was in classes, doing redwoods. Currently out of classes though, so not doing it during those anymore. And you know, just whenever I'm around the house, you know, if I'm laying in bed watching videos, relaxing, you know, whatever it may be, you know, I've been just doing redwoods during all of that. So been able to accumulate 61 mil wood cutting so far. That's almost entirely redwoods. I think I want to say I did like 13 to maybe 20 mil wood cut with teaks and like 2 thick teaks, and the rest has all been redwoods, which is amazing. I'm so glad that there's so much wood cutting to do. You don't gain a whole lot of EHP from doing redwoods. It's very little, because you get like 50, 60k an hour, and EHP nowadays I think is like 175. So it's very little EHP an hour, but it absolutely adds up over time, and it's totally worth doing. I've also been trying to pepper in a little bit of phone nights here and there as well. I got into phone nights a while back. I did like a month of thieving. I did a month of thieving through Pyramid Plunder with some friends, which was a ton of fun, by the way. And then after that, I stopped at like, I think it was 75 mil experience. Or right around 75 mil experience, I stopped thieving through Plunder. And the rest of that, I said, alright, I'm just going to try to zero time the rest of it through phone nights. Which was proven to be very successful. Phone nights is totally viable. They haven't nerfed nights yet, luckily. So right now I'm just trying to do as much phone nights as I can when I'm, you know, instead of redwoods. Because for me, like, redwoods is like the really relaxed phone method. It's just so enjoyable, so chill. You don't even have to think about it. Whereas, like, nights is like the more intense method on the phone in my eyes, because you have to constantly be tapping. You can't do it with everything IRL. There's only like, if I'm gonna lay in bed and watch a TV show, I can do phone nights instead of redwoods for that. So I've been trying to begin doing that, peppering in some phone nights whenever I can until they nerf it. And then whenever they nerf it, I'll just, you know, finish it up with Plunder. Definitely won't complain, because Plunder's a really, really nice method. So that's it for the zero time kind of stuff. Haven't really been zero timing anything else at all. I did some, you know, fishing on the phone earlier today. So like 5-tick fishing on the phone it's not like an ideal thing to do. Like, it's definitely nowhere near as AFK as redwoods, but it's another, you know, thing you can do if you really feel like paying a little bit more attention than redwoods. So I've been enjoying that. Yeah, don't really have anything else to really talk about here, guys. Might do some hunter at some point. I don't know. Hunter's just one of those skills where might try it out at some time, but really have no plans to do much else. I'm trying to hold back on the agility. As you can see, I have quite a bit of agility experience here, guys. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, because agility is like that sacred skill people look at, and you know, it's a skill you don't want to run out of, because once you run out of agility, what are you gonna do instead when you are, you know, really burnt? I guess there's Volcanic Mine. That's a decent option. There's also 5-tick barb. There's some other options, but nothing's quite the same as Artie. So that's it for this ramble video, guys. Hit me up with any questions you got in the comments, or feel free to tweet at me at AvatarEvan_ on Twitter. But that's it for this ramble video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will catch you with the next one at some later date, sometime later this year. Alright, see you later. Bye.